I've just been going over all the assignments you've handed in so far. You ready for another one? So here's your next assignment. I've always wanted to do this one, and just recently it's been popping up online. The Getty Museum has even issued it as a challenge on their website, as a way to interact with art in this quarantine time when we don't get out to interact with much at all. So here it is. You're going to replicate a famous painting or sculpture using objects, people, animals, anything that you have on hand at your house. Your final work, the piece that you submit, will be a photograph of what you've put together that replicates this piece of art that you've chosen. This is not a two-dimensional copy a painting project. It's a three-dimensional build a famous work of art project. So you know in class I often like to demo things so you can see exactly what it is that we're doing. Well, I'm going to do one of these with you. Maybe I'll do a couple. But here we go. Here's the procedure. Step 1. You need to identify a work of art that you find interesting. Now, the easiest way to do this is quick Google search. You can do that on the computer, do that on your phone, but here we go. I got mine, okay? Vermeer's Astronomer. I like that piece a lot. He's reaching for that globe. He has this intellectual curiosity. It's perfect. Step 2. You're going to need to find objects that you can use to recreate this piece. You can use anything. People, pets, apples, dirt, anything you can find around your house you can use. Now, keep in mind that you don't have to use the exact objects that they used. For instance, with that Vermeer painting, he has a globe. I actually don't have a globe in my house, but you know what I do have? I have a watermelon. And the watermelon is a similar shape to the globe and might just work. Step 3, find a location to make your piece. Some pieces will require a very specific location, where some, it won't matter so much. In the case of the sample that I'm doing right now, the Vermeer painting, it's really important. There's a window with a very strong light source. I need to get that to make my piece feel like Vermeer's piece. Step 4 is to create the piece. Now, this is where it gets really fun. You have all of your objects, and now you need to arrange them, your objects, your people, your background, everything into this piece. Now, it's important that you take your camera and you set it up somewhere so that you can have a perfect view of what you're setting up. Don't move your camera too much or it's going to mess up your composition a bit. I didn't have a tripod or anything fancy, so I taped my phone to a book, and that worked. Now, while you're setting it all up, consider this. Consider, where's the light coming from? Where is there dark? Where is there bright? What colors are really standing out in the artwork that I chose, and are those standing out in my artwork? Are there big blocks of color in certain areas? Are there shapes in the composition that stand out? Again, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but the overall feeling needs to be similar enough that when you glance at them really quickly, you might not know the difference. Step 5, photograph your work. Make sure this looks right. It will be the only record of your work. Step 6, this is the last one. Submit your work. Complete a Google form called ReCreate that you'll find on Google Classroom. This form will have a place for you to upload your image and also upload the original image of the artwork that you chose. There's also going to be some questions to answer. Now, these will require some research and thought, so take your time. One last thing before I go. If you're having trouble finding a painting or sculpture that connects with you or that you really like, check out another video that I made for you on this channel. It's entitled Another Approach to ReCreate. It'll give you some other ideas, another way to look at this. And because doing that Vermeer was so much fun, I did a couple more. I posted those videos as well. And I can't wait to see what you come up with.